I'd like to hear your first reaction before we get into the video about what was your first reaction when you heard that an independent film on YouTube, no less, made $7 million. I'm going to start with you, Yolanda.
Yeah, my first reaction was like, yay! Woo! Yeah! Jamona! You know what I'm saying? Because finally, we don't have to be going through so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so just to get a big Hollywood studio deal. We can do it ourselves. Things have shifted on this planet, and I'm loving every bit of it. We have control of our artistry. We have control over our money. Well, maybe not, but still, we have control over what we want to put out there and how we do it. And on top of that, we have control over how we can get funded. This is awesome.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And I think this opens a lot of doors. I mean, you hear a lot of things like Ryan Coogler and all those, but they got their start somewhere too. Dominique, how are you feeling about this? What made, what was your first thoughts when you heard about this?
So I'm aligned with Yolanda. I was excited because I just feel like it gives us our power back. And nobody can tell us our worth. So you hear about a lot of the stars that talked about how they weren't getting paid, based on their partners. We're getting our power back. And people have been robbed blind by the industry, right? So you're going to give me pennies, but you're making all the money on the work that I'm doing. I just think that is awesome. And now they have to look at things differently because now we're in control. We're not fighting for our masters. We're not fighting for you to pay us a certain amount. We're showing you that we can make this money with or without you. So you need to get on board with us. So I love it.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And you got to also remember that when you are starting in grassroots, and I've always taught this during my live streaming, it doesn't matter. I have people still following me from Periscope, y'all. When Periscope fell apart, people was like, well, where can we find you now? So they make sure that they follow you. So the people who follow you early usually are your cheerleaders and stay with you. Michael, what was your thought about this when you found out he 7 million ain't nothing to sneeze at?
No, it isn't. Now, when I heard it, I was skeptical. So I decided to dive in a little bit more, right? And so him having his I's dotted and his T's crossed was something that really came in like handy for him. This was not a small budget film, even though he made 7 million in pre-sales, right? He did have access to a pretty decent sized budget. And then also having the audience there already was everything, because the truth of the matter is having an audience is the one thing that's been the game changer for independent people who are coming out and starting out and trying to make their projects large. The truth of the matter is that the industries that we want to be in and to succeed in, they buy into audiences, not just great ideas.